on for everyone. I think you have to hit OK. And welcome to today. The first thing I want to say is we are here. We are alive. And if you think about all the things that had to go right for both of those two things to happen, we are walking miracles. So today's topic for business is something I think we all like to talk about, this word growth. We all want to grow. We all want more clients. We all want more following. We want to post more on social media. We want to do more things. But we're not actually going to take that approach at first. First, we're going to take the non-exhausting, non-push hard, not growth at any cost, just so the metrics go up, but more, let's talk about growth like flowers do, or gardens, or anything in the natural world grows. And instead of me, a business and creativity coach, giving you exact blueprints and frameworks, blah, 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 let's help you tap into your own innate wisdom of what you need to do to grow today, this week, whatever is your focus. Now, self-disclosure, I am only a very beginning gardener, and I've been a very beginning gardener for approximately 20 years. So we're going to stick to basics here when we talk about growing things. If any of you grow things, I would love for you to either chime in at the end, put a question or a comment in the chat, and we'll get to it. The other thing I want you to do is raise your hand if something comes up for you, or you want to coach through something today of like, I really got to move the needle on this. And then I'll be able to judge time of how many people want to talk about things. So going back to gardening and the basics. The first thing I want to talk about is sowing seeds. Just by a quick nod, since both of you are on camera, are you sowing many seeds? Do you know how to garden? Do you know these things? Okay, great. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. When I say it takes multiple seeds often to put in the ground, I didn't know that. I thought you put like a tomato seed in and you covered it up and a tomato plant grew. No, you put a bunch of seeds in there. It's not a problem, right? Yet when we're coming to business, we think this one idea has to take root. This has to work. And it's super painful when things don't work at first, right? But I think if we think of it, whether it's we're going to try a couple different ideas to see which one really feels right and takes root, or I'm going to show up to a call like today or a coaching program or whatever, and trust that a bunch of stuff's going to come at me, and probably one of those ideas is the one I need to hear. So looking to nature for like, it is not a problem for multiple things to be inputted, but only one thing to really take root. And we would never go out to the garden after planting a handful of seeds and expect a plant the next day, right? We know we have to tend the soil. Second point, I hope you're making the business metaphors here. What does it mean to tend the soil around a plant? Okay, obviously you got to pick some good soil, some nutrient dense soil. Now we could talk about pH balance and magnesium or whatever the heck selenium goes into the soil, but in our life soil, it's a little more nebulous. Like, yeah, eat good food and drink good water. But what about your day of, do you have enough nutrients of enough space to grow, to think, to rest, to do the things that you know will nurture ideas and moving the needle? So what does your daily calendar look like today? What does your weekly calendar look like if you think about it as nutrition for you to grow your business? Are there enough walks? Is there enough blank space? Is there time to do your art, play your music? Is it actually scheduled in there? Because I think one thing that comes up no matter what business coaching program I'm giving or doing or whatever, it is this topic. We must start taking extreme ownership of our days, our calendars, our actions, everything. Extreme ownership. So what does extreme ownership look like to you? I really have to also talk to the whiny baby in my head who doesn't want to take extreme ownership around things like It's so hard to figure out social media or whatever the things are that I'm like, no, there's no ownership there. How to shift into extreme ownership. The last thing I want to just kind of bring into your consciousness is the idea, especially coming into fall, of pruning back. Whether it's with the help of us gardeners or just naturally, wise plants and you wise women let go of what we don't need anymore, right? The things that are going to suck the energy from the plants need to fall off, be let go of. So just let it bubble up right now. Is there a who you need to stop spending some time with that might be pulling down? Or a what tasks are really not serving you? Like, I don't know about y'all, but I go through phases of I need to consume podcast or information for about something I'm learning, and then the season is over. I can't consume anymore. I don't want to hear anything. I want to go do. So knowing how to take extreme ownership even of the tasks being let go of or picked up. And the most important thing we've got to prune, and probably if you want to talk through some business things today or life or creativity things, is what thoughts, what parts in your head do we need to prune back gently, lovingly, respectfully, but they are not working for you. So, given all of that, that's what I just want to kind of inspire in you to look at today, look at this week, look at your business, even through the weekend, and say, all right, how am I exactly like a plant that can just chill out and know that growth is inevitable with the right things like space and nutrition and extreme ownership in place?